Hey y'all, it's Allison again. It's like a week after the last video because my throat was hurting a bit after the first video and I just never really felt like recording the second video. But here we are. The long-awaited Allison reads milk outside a bag of milk outside a bag of milk and talks about it for a bit. Because I really wanted something to do right now that isn't just laying in bed. So here we go. This is the game I have a lot to say about. I just gotta fix OBS because it is being stupid right now. There we go. Put you like right there. I'll put you right here. Then I forget where the text box is in this game. I would put me in the bottom right because I forget where the text box is. I should go full screen maybe. That's the full screen button. F. Yeah, it's F. Yeah, there we go. Okay, how did we got all that figured out? Let's start recording. This game contains flashing images and touches on heavy topics. Take care. And if I do my shit right, I should also have a warning in this video because I'm going to be talking about some shit when it comes to this game. I really like this opening. My first thing I had to talk about was just how much I love this opening. It's kind of just nice to watch. It's a adaptation of the first game basically. It's just how the first game looks from like a normal person's perspective. This is what normal people saw. This is what the rest of us would have saw going through the first game. Also, I really like the song. I need to learn what these songs are called, so I'm gonna need the names for the video I'm working on. So it's kind of a good time to learn. There's the part of the game where she's talking to the player. It won't take much time. What do you see? If she's talking to the player here, are you sure? Anyway, it's so fucking good. It is such a good fucking opening. Turning up my volume again, or hope the volume's good on the video. Not sure though. And that's the first game. We begin immediately where the first game leaves off, so I think we should just get to it. I'm walking to my room, trying not to look around. Playful shadows dance around me here and there. They dash all over the walls, the ceiling. One of those shadows whizzes past me, touching my face ever so slightly. I smile and continue walking, paying it no mind. Sometimes it's so easy to lose self-control and track of time, spinning in a joyful dance. But I'm in a bit of a hurry here. Mom told me to go to bed. Also, wait. Before I read this, I'm gonna go to OBS and get mic feedback to make sure it sounds good because I realized I forgot to turn my actual good mic on. So real quick, I'm not gonna pause this. I'll pause if you guys want to see me mess around with fucking OBS settings. Okay, I checked my microphone. It sounds decent, so better than nothing. Let's continue reading. I walk past the kitchen on the way to my room. The door is shut, but I can still feel the chilling air coming from the other side. My first thought is that there's a living corpse blowing into the keyhole, laughing mockingly. Like the aesthetic that the game has right now is kind of like what I assumed a sequel to Milk One would look like art style wise. Like it's still got this like oddly hyper realistic art style to it, but simple yet hyper realistic art style to it. This is like going into the sequel. This is what I expected the second game to look like. But as we'll see later, it's gonna change a lot. I also should get ready to read a lot because this is a significantly longer game than Milk Inside. So, and I have a lot more to talk about in general too. So, it's gonna be annoying. Not annoying, but it's fun to read. That's so silly. I'm absolutely sure we have no corpses in our kitchen. I know for sure that we've never had any corpses in our kitchen. I'm, I'm absolutely sure that. I really like this animation. I break into a run and dash towards the closed door. The shadows intensify their chaotic dance. Are they trying to stop me now? Or stop me? Or calm me down? I don't know. It doesn't matter right now. Don't you get it? I wave my hands around as I run, trying to chase away my annoying pursuers. But then, I suddenly realize that I won't be able to stop in time. I've got no other choice but to break the door now. If there's somebody inside, I'll surely scare them to death. But wait, how can I scare to death someone who's already dead? What if it actually revives them? No, no, no. I don't want that. What do I do? I couldn't fully complete my thought when my shoulder hit the door and flew open. As I expected, there was no living corpses inside, but there was a bag of milk I bought today, sitting right on the middle of the table, watching me with its unblinking eyes. I stare back. Nothing happens. I should size down my camera a little bit, I saw. Yeah. Shit. I love OBS. I heart OBS. There. Honestly, I might turn off the camera. I'll keep the camera on. No harm in turning it off. As I expected. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Although, what exactly did I expect? Gratitude? Have I done something that warranted it? A bag of milk probably doesn't care whether it's on my shelf, it's on the shelf, in a store, or on the table in my mom's kitchen. On the other hand, nobody would drink milk inside the store, which means I took it from the safest place in the world and into the scary unknown. I'm so sorry, you poor thing. I turn away in shame and leave the room in a hurry. Hurry. I only bring others trouble. I walk towards my room through a narrow corridor. There's Mom. I meet a familiar, formless creature at the door. It locks me in its clutches and starts sniffing every inch of my body like a hungry dog. It's not struggling, I know. I know it's useless. I just stay silent and endure its tight grip that stops me from moving. Drink some monster. After sniffing me from head to toe, the creature holds out its ugly paws, bearing a single claw, thin and sharp like a blade. Again, I stare questioningly into the monster's bottomless eye sockets. I can't do the voice, just imagine a really scary voice just saying, "Don't move." The creature squeezes my hands until my veins start bulging, and I just keep staring into the black cavities where its eyes should be, ignoring all pain. I promise so many times. Like I said, imagine a really scary voice saying, stay put. The moment it says that, its claw pierces my arm. I don't feel anything other than the barely discernible crawling under my skin, and the ring of tightly sprung sinews, but then the claw injects its venoms into me. I think this scene makes almost zero sense unless you kind of piece together a lot of symbolism that it's not hard to miss, it's just it's missable. Unless you're dumb, I could just be dumb, but or I could be smart actually because I did have some knowledge. I did kind of discern what the symbolism is here. It's not like any, it's not some like dark thing like her mom injecting her with like drug. I guess it's kind of drugs, but yeah, I guess not to like do an analysis of this game, but it is kind of neat to show how she perceives something as simple as just an allergy injection, whatever they're called. I don't know what they'd be called in Russia, but I think in here, I don't even know what they're called here. But just because she has a milk allergy, it's like one of the big things. She can't drink milk. That's why her mom does not want her to drink milk. So it's neat showing how she perceives this simple, really simple, not simple, but you know what I mean. This really, this no, really normal action of just injecting someone suffering from an allergy induced psychosis. It's neat. I guess it also kind of it does kind of explain why this specific part of the game just looks like this. So much how it looks just like so much different than the rest of the game. But yeah, I do kind of wish we got more parts of the game that were in this art style. But still, it's I like how the game looks from here. So speaking of how the game looks from here, let's get to how the game looks from here. It hurts. A white veil appears in front of my eyes. My fingers cramp and start twitching frantically. I lose control over my body and slowly slide to the floor, just like last time, but why? Why do I feel so hot? I feel my blood boiling up. Strong shivers run through my body, paralyzing every single cell. All my veins and arteries heat up, almost bursting from that pressure. I try screaming, but instead of producing words, I vomit thick, milky foam. The creature notices it and throws itself at me in anger, grabbing me by my throat, while keeping the poisonous claw inside my arm. Kill me. Kill me. Hysterical screams resound through the corridor. In a fit of madness, the creature starts scratching my neck. Bright splashes fly everywhere, hitting the walls of a loud sound. I tried to imprint where every drop fell in my memory, so I could gather them all later. I need to remember. I need. A new wave of pain washes over me. Everything turns pitch black in an instant. Once again, imagine a really scary voice saying, "Say it. I'll never drink milk ever again." I say it. I'll never drink milk ever again. Say it again. I'll never drink milk ever again. I'll never drink milk ever again. Here's where the game gets his new art style, which I really like. It's also where we can finally see like our first canonical, I guess, render. I guess that's the word here, render of the main character. I finally get to my room. I'm still tired of all this fuss. Thankfully, I still feel comfy and warm in my room. Even the weird sounds coming from the outside don't make me anxious at all. Mom told me to go to bed, so I need to perform all the needed preparations. I've washed my face and now I'm standing in front of a mirror with a toothbrush in my mouth. I look at my reflection. It shows absolutely no desire to sleep. Yeah, I get how you feel. Yeah, I get how you feel. I get how you feel. My sleep has gotten better though. I'm not staying up all night again. I'm actually getting some sleep now. I'm actually recording this video at fucking 10 a.m. 10 p.m. rather than fucking 7 in the morning after staying up for like 20 hours. So if that means something. But yeah. And there was a time when the last minutes before I slept, before I sleep were my favorite time of the day. I love anticipating the inevitable moment where the reality and the dream world would clash. I woke up for that moment's sake, lived through my day for it. My biggest day was to sleep all day long. It would have been so cool, but the dreams always slowly but surely slipped away. There's a reason I put that content warning in the beginning of the video. It first of all, it made me. It took a lot more work. So now I have to fucking export this entire recording just to put a content warning at the beginning of the video. But we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, especially of this game. Mainly of this game, about a lot of personal stuff, which makes me a little hesitant to upload this. But I'm still gonna upload it. My relationship with dreams is really weird. I, I do like them, but I kind of just wish they didn't really exist. Especially lately, after I haven't really been remembering my dreams as much as I used to like a year ago. I really don't like dreaming because the worst part about dreams is that you wake up, which that's not the part anyone likes really. Your dreams are usually a almost a a nearly perfect reality. Then, but waking up kind of takes you away. At least for me, my dreams are usually a better life than I live now, or just kind of a what if scenario, what my life could have been if I made different decisions along the way on different paths. And they nice for a moment, for the few hours that I would sleep. It was nice to be able to live in a world where certain things in my life are better. And honestly, I shouldn't talk about this now. I should wait until a little later because we're fucking 10 minutes into the video. I'm already talking about this shit, but I guess yeah. I also wish that my life was just one big dream because it would be probably better to my than what I would believe it would be better than my current life right now. And there's something about that makes me wish I can just sleep forever. Like this is why this video is going to be much longer because I have a lot more to talk about here than I would that I did have for the first game. So get ready for it. As if somebody fished them out of my head, one after another, until nothing was left. And now I have to sleep again, even though I don't feel any need for it. Once again, something I've been feeling like lately. I don't feel like I'm sleeping to feel energized. I feel like I'm sleeping just because I kind of have to. I don't want to sleep, is the thing. I make, or at least lately, I made an effort to not really sleep because I just don't like sleeping a lot anymore. Especially, I think I lately I would rather have I would rather be awake at night than awake in the morning because oddly enough, mornings are really lonely for me. I don't know, it's just something to think about for a bit. I feel happier at night. It could be because I have friends to spend time with, or that I think being alone at night is better than being alone in the morning because, like, at least being alone at night, you kind of have the excuse of that, like, everyone's asleep. But being alone in the morning, you don't really have an excuse. It's like, why are you alone in the morning, you fucking idiot? You should, like, make friends that you can spend time with in the morning, but you kind of can't. You kind of don't have any. So you're either you wake up, you go to classes, lay in bed until some plan happens, and even when you're at that plan, you don't really feel like you're there. You kind of just you're having a good time, but you don't really feel happy. You're kind of just there, you know? You kind of just wish you could be in that dream life where everything went right, where you're not alone, you you don't feel like the failure, you're not hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt for a degree you're not even going to be able to get because you're just not good enough to really try for it. I don't know. Let's go back to reading so I can kind of think about more to say about this game and how it really relates to what I personally feel about myself and life around me. But yeah, let's go back to reading. After finishing with my face, I usually reach out for my pills. It's funny, but I have no idea how they work. Separately, since I always saw them as a bunch without thinking. Now I want to have a better look at it, to twirl it between my fingers, to chew on it. I'd do anything to solve for just a little bit more time. A smooth, protruded, red capsule is looking at me. It's covered in a murky, semi-transparent film, but I can still discern its contents. So what do we have inside you? I gently press on the capsule from both sides, and to my surprise, it turns out to be soft and squishy. I press harder and the capsule pops. Sticky, bright red liquid pours out. Filthy, filthy. The pill flies straight into the waste bin, and I start rigorously washing my hands. There's no way I'm drinking that. Next was the flat pill. Next was a flat pill of the same blood red color. There were some letters printed on it. Oh, I get it. This is the medicine that makes me really sleepy. But it's not the type of sleep I really want. I want. That's not it at all. It's fake. No, no. I don't even want to look at it. The pill flies into the waste bin as well. The next half an hour goes by in a similar fashion. I study every pill from all sides and I find a reason not to swallow it. I invent my own medicine instead and enjoy swallowing them one after another, letting myself drown in their healing effects. Hey, my neck doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my hand doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my head doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my heart doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my eyes don't hurt anymore. How come I didn't think of this earlier? This is so simple. I need to brag about it to someone right away. But not to my mom. She'll just scold me. And she's sure I'm already sleeping anyway. I don't want to disturb her without reason. I'll think of something myself. Besides, I just really I just really want some small talk. I wonder, who's going to be my conversation partner? I wonder who it could be. Hey, hey, long time no see. Hasn't even been an hour, dummy. I think we save the game here before we do anything stupid. Because once again, there is a not a lose condition, but there's a alternate ending condition. So we're gonna save here for now. Okay. It was hasn't even been an hour, dummy. Well, and to correct you, to correct myself, it's been multiple days. Yeah, but in game canon, it has not even been an hour. There you go, bullying me again. Aren't you even a little bit happy? Not even the slightest bit? I'm pretty exhausted after today. Well, I guess you are too. That's not true. You need to go to bed. No, you've been in control for way too long already. It's my turn now, alright? I'll just stay silent until the medicine's effects wear off. How about that? Hey, you can't do that. You need to do your best to make me feel better. That's exactly what I'm doing. What a bully. Actually, why am I even worried about this? In reality, I don't need you. At all. Hmm? I'm so energetic and I feel great. Which means I can do anything, and you can only watch and agonize over your uselessness. I can only imagine how angry you are right now. What made you so happy all of a sudden? And why would I be sad? You remember yourself a couple of hours ago? I don't know what you mean. Stop lying. Nuh-uh. I still don't understand. Whatever. Unlike you, I won't forget that pathetic, snotty girl for a long time. She just whines and whines all the time. Don't even try ruining my mood. I want to have fun while we're together. Alright? So you're the one calling the shots now? Yeah. Well, let's see how long you can last. We'll see, yeah. I... Am I really that pathetic? Say something. I can feel tears streaming down my cheek, hanging from my chin and then falling on my clothes, burning holes in them. That was fast, but not unexpected. Hey, at least I tried. Go wash your face. I will decide what to do with you. I think a lot of this game is just gonna be me reading or commenting on like shit like this is a really cool sprite, or at least a non-reflective one. I like how it kind of has this like this is a funny comparison, but it's kind of how it's like a chowder effect to its background. I like that it's just a fucking a really heavily. It's the same. Excuse me. It's the same like really heavily pixelated art style that the first game had, but like red this time. And this seems to be like a picture of like some skyline with like a train pole, which will come into the equation later actually. That train pole, if we get the ending I want to get, because it's the ending where I have the most to talk about. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm just gonna go off of memory about which ending, how to get which ending. We're gonna go off of memory. Probably gonna save and then we're probably gonna save before we do the ending. Because if anything, if all goes well, I might just read every ending. We'll see how I feel, what I feel like doing today if I want to kill a few hours. But yeah, back to reading because I don't really have much to comment on now. So for now, we'll keep reading until I have more something to say about anything. I'm in front of a mirror again. I keep staring at my reflection, trying not to get distracted by the sneery looks that the walls are giving me, trying not to drown in their giggling. But then me in the mirror also shows me a Trudy's power, a smile, bares her teeth at me. I shut my eyes, but that doesn't help. It wouldn't have helped even if I sunk through the floor. I start counting in my mind. 2 squared, 2 by 2 square, a square squared, a square pyramid squared, a pyramidal structure cubed, a pyramidal structure hypercubed. They really like the word pyramidal. I feel better, but my head is splitting apart now. How do you feel? You're mocking me, right? I'm obligated to ask you this at least a couple of times per session. A session, huh? You don't like that word? I'm fine. No, you're not. I... I don't know why, but I thought I'd be able to take control. I was almost ready to. I was sure I'd be able to change something. After all, I was able to buy milk, you know? I really wish it was that easy. It would be nice if it was that easy, but it's not really as easy as just one big accomplishment or like even like something mundane causing that much change in your life. It may feel like it for a bit, but after a while, it kind of feels like, despite everything, I'm still kind of where I've always been, not really achieving much, kind of just here. The difference now, I guess, is just that I'm on my own this time. I don't really have family. No offense to my friends who actually might be watching this if they care enough, but no offense to them, but they haven't really been helping. They kind of just sit. It's like they're nice to play with. They're nice to do stuff with. It's just like once they're done with that, I'm kind of just left alone to myself, which it's not really fun. I don't really have anyone to talk to when they're not talking to me, which they rarely do. I thought I'd be able to change something after all. I was able to make friends for once, but despite that, I'm kind of just still here on my own, sitting here reading a visual novel from 2023 or two, I forget which year, but I'm kind of still where I have always been. I never change anything. Yeah, you gotta know how challenging it was. Is that why you drew away to medicine? What a stupid decision, right? Undoubtedly. Moreover, it's dangerous. I know. And you keep pushing me. Then why did you do that? I feel like I'd be able to fight on my own. I felt like I'd be able to fight it on my own. It's true. The pain subsided for a bit at the time, but now I know it. But now I feel it triple in force. It hurts so bad. You know what to do. Dejected, I reach out for the shelf with my medicine. I swallow the pills one after another, chasing away the unpleasant visions that keep floating up in my memory. And yet, my mind still draws a terrifying picture. Lumps of coagulated blood and transparent coating travel down my esophagus, scratching its soft walls, leaving behind furrows. I shake my head violently. I don't care if it makes me feel dizzy or worsens my pain. I just don't want to think about something so repulsive. You still haven't changed. What do you mean? You're afraid of being alone. This worries you much more than pain. Yeah, I guess. This is not even saying I'm gonna. I don't even really need to talk about this. It's just I'm gonna sit here for a bit, think about that. That's a line I think about a lot. I'm not afraid of anything really. I'm just mainly afraid of being alone. It's kind of the worst for me. And I feel like most of it's my fault. I don't make an effort to talk to people. And even when I do, I'm not really the best at it. I kind of just, I would also honestly want to know. I think the fact that I'm usually first person to say something in a conversation, not in a conversation, but you know what I mean. Mainly messaging is a little harder there, but I'm the first person to really send a message. I don't really feel like I'm making that much of an impact. I feel like I'm kind of just here. I'm not anyone's first choice really, nor second, third, maybe fourth. Feel like I'm not really here for anything really. I'm kind of just here. My thoughts like this are kind of why I'm kind of not hesitant, but really debating just canceling that Zato video, even though I'm getting pretty far in it. It's because it's kind of hard to make a video talking about how much you love the universe and the world when it feels like it doesn't really love you back. That it kind of just leaves you here alone on your own. It feels really one-sided, but I don't even think I can be called one-sided anymore when my love for the universe is slowly fading away with each passing day. But yeah, I guess I toss the laugh into the air and catch it with my mouth. Also, this is where I should save if I want to talk about a certain thing, so I should save here. Yep. I lie on the floor. I look at the ceiling. I can clearly hear water running in the metal pipes up there. I hear the cracking of concrete blocks that will someday surely fall on my head. But I'm not afraid of that at all. I can't imagine my death coming from above. Rather, it's rearing its claws from somewhere below, waiting for me to lose focus. Do you want to talk about it? No, I've had enough of talking. What do you want then? I I just want to lie down for a bit. I think I'm gonna save here. I think this is where I want to save. So where I just do dot 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 maybe. I do kind of want to see that. I want to talk about it at least, if anything. I carefully extract dots that are not yet to be formed fully in my head, formed from my head, and laid them out on the ceiling in orderly rows. Now it's my corkboard. In hopes of seeing the whole picture, I switched them from one place to another, piled them on top of each other, scattered them around. In the end, I throw them off of my head, annoyed, and start over. I can't do it. You can always imagine your thoughts as something small and swarming, like cockroaches. I hate cockroaches. Can I make them fireflies? I don't mind either way. I always like the fireflies here. They're nice. I don't even have time to blink before my thoughts, they're fireflies now by the way, start whirling all over the ceiling of their own accord, forming whimsical patterns. I can only observe them and wait for the right moment. It's just that moment doesn't come. The mocking sound of flapping wings coming from the ceiling makes me start losing my patience. Enough. I hate you. I think this is where I save. I save making like 5 saves in the past few minutes. I spring to my feet and scream at the top of my lungs. The fireflies scatter. Good job. I'll start over. No way. Unstable behavior makes you look bad. I don't give a damn. So that doesn't bother you? Should it? I forget what I answer here. I'm gonna say no. A lot of people act like this. Really? There's nothing shameful about snapping at someone, if you have a reason for that. You did have a reason, didn't you? You'll surely get better. Believe me. And now, start over. You're at it again. What do you mean? Never mind. And I've changed my mind anyway. Please don't stay silent for this long anymore. I'm having a hard time without your help. Fine. I raise my eyes to look at the ceiling once more. Sadly, all my fireflies seem to be hiding somewhere. I need to find them. Forget about them and go to bed. No, you don't get it. I'm thinking about something. I need to finish my thoughts or else. I glance around the room. There are too many places for a creature as small as a firefly to hide here. They can be anywhere. Suddenly, I hear a deafening rumble. The clock just hit midnight. It's so late already, but I can't go to bed right now. Will you help me? Please tell me. Will you help me? Come on, stop bullying me. You promised to talk to me. What were you thinking while lying on the floor? What do you mean? You should know it better than anyone else. Forget which I answer. Speaking of that, we're gonna save. I think the answer is that's the thing. I have no idea. This is weird. Will you tell me? I. Speaking of this scene, I should probably. I wanted to make sure my cameras are right. And I also want to kind of talk about this image because, I mean, look at it. How do I fucking explain that? Also, while I'm editing this, I should probably like turn down the brightness on that specific scene because like I wouldn't want someone getting a stroke from this. That would be a seizure. That would be kind of bad, but yeah. What is there to talk? What is there not to talk about here? About like what just happened? I got this scene once again. It's like the game over screen in the first game. I kind of got it naturally from picking the wrong dial. I guess the wrong dialogue, but from picking a certain dialogue, and it's just it was fucking scary. Especially just cutting straight to this. I think this scene is different in the Switch version. I would have to look it up, but to my knowledge, this scene, not this scene, but this image specifically is exclusive to the Steam version or the PC version. I would have to look through a playthrough of the Switch version to double check that, but to my knowledge, unless I just have no memory of playing the Switch version. But yeah, there's not a lot I can really talk about here without kind of going into like the implications of certain story beats that don't really get explained until later on, or just require way too much explaining than I even have the time for in this video because it's already been like 40 minutes. So I kind of just want to get on with the game because I like this game. I want to finish reading it without taking hours to finish it. So I'm just going to read this part, then reload my save. I roll my sleeves and start rubbing my eyes intensely. They are so itchy. Why are you crying? My eyes are itchy. Did you drink milk? Did he bring milk? I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, will my eyes stop itching? I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, all my eyelashes one after another, if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another. What have you done? I need to gather the glass and then I need to have a bath and then here, drink some milk. I stand in the middle of the room, my mouth agape, gasping for air. I think I just experienced death. I don't know any way to explain what happened. So, this is where part of the big content warning comes in because before I reload my save, I want to talk about this cool thing called death. So, context here. In like October, November last year, I attempted to kill myself. I didn't really go through with it, but no, I obviously didn't go through. I'm still here now, but I did attempt to kill myself. I don't really get like, getting into the details of how close I got to doing it, but long story short, I never did it. And I don't feel like anything has changed. I still feel about the same that I did before, if not worse. I feel like nearly experiencing death would have changed something a little bit, but it feels like I'm kind of just here back at square one. I don't know any other way to explain what happened. It doesn't feel like I've gotten help in any way as much as I wish I could, as much as I wish people I like, people I love would help me. It unfortunately feels like they don't really do. Not that's mean. they do. Some people care. I'll say that much. There are people who do care, but it feels like most people I like or love kind of just either ignored it, brushed it off, or kind of they if they didn't really do much. It feels like no one really wanted to confront it head on, and they wanted to kind of. It always feels like they kind of want to just not deal with it. They want. It feels like I'm. People want me alive, but they don't want to help me live. If that makes sense. There are some exceptions, of course. Some people who have done an amazing job making me feel better, but still, I don't really feel like overall I'm getting any kind of support from whether it be medical, psychological, even just like emotional support. It kind of feels like nothing. It feels like I'm getting nothing really, even though I objectively am. Even if it's just like from like I objectively am, even if it's just one two people, I'm objectively there are objectively people who actually want to make me feel better. But I either feel bad about them wanting to make me feel better or just they don't help. As much as I hate to say it, it doesn't help because the people who do help me are mostly online. It doesn't really feel like anyone of my. Once again, if any of you care to watch, to care to be watching like 40 minutes in, like 50 minutes in the video, I mean, I guess if you cared enough to watch this part, then I guess this statement doesn't really apply to you unless you just have nothing better to do than watch me talk about this. But it feels like me killing myself didn't really, me trying to kill myself didn't really mean much to anyone. It felt like if it happened, nothing would really change. Yeah, I think I should get back, or at least get to the point where I do want to get a certain ending. Unless I don't really feel like talking about all of them because the video is long as it is. So I will just try to get the ending that I like talking about the most at least. So let's read the special dialogue and reload the save again. Well, that was surely something. Okay, that's the only special dialogue. I actually don't know how to close this out in the Steam version. Let me just close the game, reopen it. I also like that the pause screen is just the O. I like it as the O. Let's open up Milk. Then it should launch in full screen. I'm not gonna make it launch in full screen. There we go. English. Let's have a look on the OBS. It looks looking good. How about yours? Just a minute. I don't know why I decided to just recreate a whole SpongeBob scene randomly. But yeah, I did. Skip the intro. I like that this is different. But yeah, you can continue. Dot dot dot. Instead of asking silly questions, help me find my fireflies. To be honest, I have no idea where to look for them. Me neither. I guess we'll have to tear the whole place apart. No, 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 and no. No, 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 and no. If I make even the smallest of messes here, I will feel really bad. All the things should stay in their places, and that's it. Why? Are you trying to come up with a reason right now? Who? Me? No, no, of course not. I think you forgot how to put up your mind block. I can see through you. Rude. Alright then. So we need to find a bunch of tiny insects inside a mountain of junk without moving anything even an inch. Yeah. My oh my. I have an idea. Last time becoming a visual novel character helped me achieve my goal. Now I want to become a point-and-click adventure game character, which explains the genre of this game. It's a point-and-click adventure in a way. Still mainly a visual novel, but point-and-click adventure as well. You know, those games have moments when you just look at different objects and something inevitably happens. It sounds so fun. And what do you and what about the things you use regularly? Do you refuse to touch them as well? It would make it even more interesting. This is so childish. And wanna know what's the best part? You'll be the one doing it. Oh no. Well, yes. I start panicking as soon as I get as soon as I get into a multiple choice situation. I'll just keep changing my mind and end up crying and running away. Do you want that to happen? You're such a handful. Do what you want. I go to the middle of the room and look around. Where would I hide if I were a tiny firefly? Ah, this is so thrilling. My heart gets warmer from the pleasant anticipation. Hey, what? Look down. I look down. After a moment, a small ball of light and warmth crawls out from under my sweater. Wowie. Wowie. I carefully grab the firefly. It's pleasantly scorching to the touch. I put it on my shoulder. I'm sorry, little guy. Time to come home now. As if it was an order, the firefly slowly drifts up, circles around my head for a little bit, and then flies into my ear with the speed of a bullet. It tickles. One down, let's look for the others. Yeah. We're a point-and-click adventure now. I like checking the backpack first. I look down. My school bag, worn down and silly, is almost screaming of its own uselessness. From another angle, it looks like a full belly. Its contents are also regurgitating, decomposing, and turning into a stick of mushy into a sticky, mushy substance. What a cool image. I need to remember this. Totally not cool, seamless, and cruel. Yeah, you are there, but I don't care. Is it me you're laughing at? What? I'd never. After all, you're not my pet. I'm not going along this nonsense anymore. Got it? Got it. Hey, it wasn't on purpose this time. Tell me what's inside your bag instead. Nothing special, mostly just all sorts of books. I've taken out all the pens and notebooks. I've taken out all the pens and notebooks out of there, and I'm not interested in anything else. You used to go to school, didn't you? Yeah, I did. I had a blast all the way. Are you sure you understood my question? Do you think everything in my life should be doom and gloom? Well, you're wrong. All right. What did you like the most there? Hmm. Well, the rooms were really bright. Not like at home. That's it. Don't rush me. Let me remember. Well, the beds were also soft, and the food was nice. And by the way, I attended all the classes. The others always skipped. They probably got told off so hard. I smile gently, absorbed in warm memories. He never graduated though. Yeah. Do you remember your last day there? It was a normal day. Dad picked me up earlier than usual. He told me that I'm already too old for the school curriculum. I also realized that some time ago, the tasks were way too easy. Then we got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner, and we went to our rooms. And then what happened? I don't remember. And does it even matter? Tell me about it again. Is your memory that bad? Please. Okay, fine. Oh, fine. That day, Dad picked me up from school earlier, explaining to me that I need to grow up. It's not like I could completely grasp what he meant. Either way, I didn't resist. We got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner together and went to our own separate rooms. Satisfied? Tell me about it again. Dad dragged me out of the school building while I was scratching and biting. The teachers didn't interfere. That scene was ordinary for them. Who knows what the little brat has done. Then he pushed me into the car and we drove home in complete silence. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner together. Went to our separate rooms. Please, let's not discuss this further. No, you'll tell me again. Dad brought milk on our way home. Again. I hate milk so much. Mom was not home. Again. I hate Mom so much. What happened next? Suddenly, I feel someone's eyes on my back. Knowing that these moments would never, ever be ignored, I turned around. But there's nothing there. What happened next? Everything that happened next happened after something that led to everything that happened after what had happened. I look at my bag again, light pouring into the room through the window glints on the metal parts. And there's also a shadow underneath it, which means it's real, sadly. Whatever, I don't care anyway. I almost end up kicking the bag in a fit of sudden rage, but I managed to stop myself in the nick of time. And if I move it even an inch, the whole picture will collapse and I'll go blind. It has already happened countless times. What do you mean you'll go blind? I've spent months memorizing the location of every item in my room. That's why I can see them so clearly and vividly. You won't get it. Look at your feet. I look down and see that's a small insect is crawling towards me from my bag. It's barely glowing, and it can't even fly. I guess this firefly is really tired. I bend down to pick it up. The firefly starts curling brightly as soon as I touch it. Then it flies up. There you go, boy. Good job. After doing a victory lap around the room, it flies towards me with high speed. I shut my eyes, anticipating the firefly to enter my ear. That's exactly what happens. After it gets inside, it buzzes for a little while and then goes silent. This one is kind of sad. I wonder why. Doesn't matter. What matters is that it's no longer alone. Sure, let's continue searching. I think the most unique part of this room is the little radios that they have around here, or that she has around here. I like that the audio's directional. The audio's directional. Let's keep this song. Let's grab the phone. What's this? We grab the phone. Let's do let's do the laptop. This is another fun one to read. I look at my laptop. I haven't touched it for years, so it's covered with a layer of dust so as thick as my finger. A bizarre item. I fear it. Why? It's a long and boring story. Wonderful, tell me about it. Mm-mm. I insist. I don't remember how it appeared in my room. One of my parents probably brought it here because they couldn't find a better place for it. They didn't prohibit me from using it. On the other hand, they encouraged me to do so. Sure, I've spent my whole days in front of the screen. Games, drawing, engineering calculator, 3D modeling. So much fun stuff to do. You had amusing hobbies. Yeah, I did. Before entering the web. Hmm? I imagine this. You're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living. Did you imagine? As always, your analogies are spot on. Okay, I imagined. Alright, so you're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living, okay? Okay. Wonderful. And here's the situation. You're a hamster that lives. Okay, I got it. Do you want to talk about something else? Yeah. You'll end up returning to that subject anyway. On one wonderful day, someone digs you up from your hamster house and brings you to the pet store. Now your new home is a cage. It's way more comfortable and warm compared to the underground. And the most important part, you have a lot of neighbors here. Their cages are identical to yours. And the other hamsters look identical to you, too. That means you are all the same. Apart from the fact that they were born at the shop. You'll ask, what does that indicate? And I'll tell you, nothing at all. I forgot what I was talking about. Gosh. Okay, let's start over. This time we'll try to avoid. This time try to avoid stupid hamster analogies. I'm not at fault here. So, I had a lot of friends online, tens, hundreds of them. Impossible to count. Is it impossible though? I had exactly 317 of them. I think I currently have, as of recording, I currently have 502 followers on Twitter. So take that, milk, whatever your canonical name is. So take that, milk. I have 502 followers on the Twitter on X the Everything app, the Big Everything app, the Big E, the Big E app, Big E app, the Big E app, the Big E app. I like calling it the Big E app now. That we're all calling X the Everything app the Big E app. But yeah, is it impossible though? I had exactly 317 of them. Although, I guess nobody counts the exact number of hamsters when they walk into a pet shop. Hey, don't get distracted. Alright, for my 370 friends, 68 were into gaming, just like me. 130 of them like drawing, just like me. The remaining 119 were into calculators and 3D modeling equally. And when I say equally, I don't mean 59 and half. I didn't mean 59 and a half friends on each side. Alright, you can split numbers evenly, no problem. But math doesn't work like that when it comes to friends. A major conundrum, right? Get to the point. I know, of course, that no real people exist on the web. I always understood that all my friends die the moment I turn off my laptop. That's how I feel. Kind of, I don't know. It's a lot to talk about. I'd rather save it for post-game thoughts, really. But I can probably talk about it a little bit here. It feels like most of my not human interaction, but most of my positive affirmations come from online recently. Not to say her name, but she makes me happy, and I think I'm happy that she likes making me happy, and I make her happy. We make each other happy, and I kind of wish I had something like that that wasn't online, whether it be her or even something close to her. I kind of just wish I wasn't really alone as soon as I turn off that computer. I haven't really felt anything lately, even though she's still there, making me happy, buying me stuff. It still kind of just feels like I don't like when she goes away. When she goes away, I'm forced to acknowledge that I'm alone in the real world. Not to say that she isn't real, but I do feel like once she goes away, my last and only form of real positive human connection just disappears. Because, not to say that my real life friends aren't good, but it feels like they don't really care about me as a person. It feels like I'm kind of just there, not really doing much. Feels like I'm not really contributing much to anything. Same online. I feel like a really bad person for not being talked to more. I feel like if I was a good person, more people would talk to me. People from high school, people from not, it's not middle school, people from high school, people I've met after high school, during high school. I feel like a lot more of them would talk to me if I was just a good person. And because they don't talk to me that much, I don't feel like I'm a good person, if that makes sense. I'm not sure. Not really sure. And it feels like it's gotten worse since I've tried to kill myself. It feels like it may sound selfish, but it feels like if people don't even care about you even a slightly bit more after you've attempted to take your own life, then maybe you're just not a good person. If you attempting to kill yourself didn't really change anything of how people feel towards you, which is admittedly a really stupid thought, but it's still one that always goes through my mind that they don't care enough. People don't care enough to talk to you even after you've killed yourself. So even after you've attempted to kill yourself. So why even pretend that? Why even? Why do they see me as a friend if they don't care about me potentially dying? There's like a week after I tried to kill myself where it felt like kind of just felt like I feel like everyone cared for a week and then just like, yeah, I did enough work. She's surely not going to try it again, right? And then just went away afterwards. Kind of just felt like if I hate using this word, but it felt. I also hate being mean. I hate if it sounds mean, but I felt like people were really performative when it came to that. It felt like they only tried making me feel better because it made them feel better, and not because they wanted to help me. And that really made it worse. Even if at the time it felt better, as the days have gone on, as I've learned, as I've felt, as my emotions have grown stronger in both directions towards happy and sad, kind of felt like people don't care about me. Besides, like the obvious, you know who you are. You know what I'm talking about. Other than the obvious, it doesn't really feel like I am cared for by anyone. And that's just the cruel reality of this world, is that I understand that all my friends die the moment I turn off my laptop, but I still wasn't even a bit worried. Why? Do you know what computer programs consist of? It's just a combination of numbers, which means my friends are also numbers. Isn't that amusing? Not really. Why do you call them your friends? I mean, everyone who shares my interests is my friend, and I don't care whether they know about my existence or not. Anyways, as I was saying, every program has its own algorithm and purpose. It's a mathematical formula. And if you solve that formula, you'd be able to predict the program's behavior at any moment. The longer you speak, the less I follow. You don't need to follow me around, just listen. I sit on the floor and my laptop screen ends up right in front of me. The only thing reflected in it is my dim face. A web person is just a random picture and a random string of letters, words, and actions from the web person. The words and actions from the web person are just executable code. Hey, let me know if you need a break. One day, someone appeared. From that point on, my laptop was always on. There were no real people on the web. He was good at pretending. At some moment, I let him trick me. Hey, look. Huh? Suddenly, a firefly slowly crawls out of the laptop's vent grill. I reach for it. It gets on top of my palm, blinking all the while. I think it's trying to say something. I can agree with that myself. If only I knew what. Looks like a cipher. Don't you want to crack it? I'm sorry, the word crack has just been ruined because you know what I'm talking about. This jit cracks ciphers. I changed my mind. I have absolutely no desire to find out what I want to say. The firefly stops glowing for a moment after that. Then it starts glowing again, as if it's coming back to its senses. For some time it thinks about the further course of actions, then it flies up and dashes into my ear. Let's continue searching. What about your story? You must be mad at me interrupting you. Sorry. If you do everything right, I'll finish my story maybe. Do you promise? I promise. And if you forget, then remind me with a code word, for example. What code word? I'll think of one later. And for now, let's keep searching for my fireflies. I still don't really know what's up with this box area. You can't click on it. You can't really do anything with it. It kind of just exists, doesn't exist. Kind of just exists here, really. But let's just look for the other fireflies. I look up towards a really high place under my ceiling. I could hear a countless number of small legs marching inside the AC unit. Oh well. What happened? Fireflies can't be friends with cockroaches. We'd better look somewhere else. Why would cockroaches be there? Have you forgotten? You were the one who told me to think of my thoughts as cockroaches. Yes, but they became fireflies afterwards, but cockroaches don't disappear just like that. So they occupied this place. Do you understand now? I'll pretend I do. I look at the alarm clock. Time continues its unstoppable flow. It's so late. Are you tired? You bet I am. I let out a theatric yawn and hold my arms to the sides. One, two. Then I raise them above my head. Three, four. Maybe a little workout will help me freshen up. Good idea. Do you remember the exercises you've been taught? I think so. I take a hesitant stance. What was it? Heels together, tails apart? Whatever. I'll go with that. Count down 5 minutes. Fine. You have a clock right there in front of you, though. I can't look at its hands for too long. At first I feel like they start moving on the wrong direction, and then they disappear altogether. And then things always get messy. Last time I saw a pair of eyes on the clock face. And also, I used to hear voices back in the day. They pleaded for help, I think. What a mess. Truly a mess. It was a mess, right? A mess. Well, are you counting down? My god, finally. What do you mean? I was trying to get through to you for half an hour. Huh? Forget it. Do you see the firefly? No. Let's continue searching then. That's definitely a fun moment when you've kind of just forgotten that time exists. Like, this hour I've been recording this video so far has not felt like an hour. It has felt like such a short amount of time because time doesn't really feel real anymore. At least not to the extent it used to feel. I feel like every second that happens is kind of just one step closer to when I die, whenever that should be. Feels like every second I'm running out of time, not really improving my life in any way. If anything, I'm making it worse. But at least other people didn't aren't as messed up as I am. At least my friends are doing better things than me. That's as much as I can be happy for. And even then, I kind of wish I could join them. Not like proximity wise, kind of just achievement wise. I kind of wish I wasn't alone as much as I am now. Despite actually, thought I heard a voice. I hate when I hear voices that aren't real. Back to what I was saying. Um, I feel much lonelier now, despite actually having friends than I did in high school because at least with high school, after school I went home and I at least had some family. My cats especially, they kind of helped fill the void that existed in the off time between. seeing my friend and not seeing my friend being home. And there was that brief month where someone actually loved me. It was good while it lasted at least. Gave me a quick, I guess, a demo of what being loved by an act by a real life person. Not to say online people aren't real life, but an actual real life person. And it felt nice. I just wish I could feel that again. Okay, let's get the rest of these fireflies. This is my sketchbook. Half of its pages are blank, which means it'll still be good for a couple of years. You draw that rarely? Why? Isn't it obvious? If I run out of pages, I'll have to buy a new sketchbook. If I can't get to the stationery store, I can't get to the stationery store on foot. I'll have to take the bus. Do you even realize what kind of nightmare that can turn into? Maybe you can ask your mom to buy you one. Ask what? By whom? Can you even form coherent sentences? Don't play dumb. Ask your mom to buy you a notebook instead. Instead? So you want me to perform a string of actions, but you're also telling me to do one instead of another? And how would I decide which action to take? You're still dyslexic. Man, you're a tough case. You lack empathy. Empathy. Is that my fault? I get closer to the sketchbook, stepping over the wires, the sleeping bag, the cracks in the laminate, and the window's reflection. The sketchbook is lying on the stool. For my height, it seems like the stool is missing two legs. I squat and look again. All the legs are in place. Will I be able to think of an interesting allegory? Oh, let's not go there, okay? I stand up and study the sketchbook from inches away. Its pages are pure white. The last drawing is buried on the previous page, the way it should be. Too bad. I'd love to see it. Maybe next time. A sudden gust of chilly wind breaks into the room. It makes the pages rustle. Oh no. I shut my eyes. A distinctive sound of pages turning echoes of it, with headache in my head. I know what's going to happen. The rustling has stopped, even though the wind is still howling in every direction. It can only mean one thing. The notebook is opened on the first page. Doing some recording checks. Been hour 20 right now as of recording, which is fun. Really fun. I kind of noticed that that I should probably put my camera in the corner up here so you can see the text. I feel bad, but at least I've been reading it. If I wait a little longer, the wind will close it. I won't have to look. If I wait a little longer. If I wait, open your eyes. No, it's okay, just do it. No way. I know you're lying. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Fine. I open my eyes with utmost caution. The notebook is still open in the middle. No drawings, nothing. The pages are still pure white. Did I imagine it? I don't know. Did you? You're the smart one here. You tell me. Next time, don't close your eyes. What did I... What did you... I couldn't finish speaking because the pages started moving again. Don't close your eyes. Don't make me do it. I'm scared. Trust me. The rustling grows louder. The pages lift up. I can almost see the outlines of drawings on previous pages. No way. Everything that is in the past should stay in the past. You couldn't convince me. That's it. I'm closing my eyes. Don't look there. A barely visible light sweeps through the pages. With every new gust becomes brighter and brighter. A firefly. The winds immediately stop. For a moment, the world sinks into perfect silence, but only for a moment. The buzz that has almost been haunting me fills the surroundings, but it doesn't matter now. Goodness gracious, little boy, you made me so scared. The firefly blinks, flies up and enters my ear, buzzing loudly all the way. It spends some time looking for the perfect spot in my head, but then its buzzing dies down. Phew. Are you okay? We're running short on time, so let's continue searching. I think I have one more firefly. Pills that... I'm going to save here to see what ending I get. And if I don't get the ending I want... Actually, I should look up how to get the ending. I'll get all the fireflies. Why not? I tilt my head backwards and almost fall over. The closet is hanging under ceiling, at least 300 feet from the floor. Are you joking? Even though it's my room, not everything here is for me to use. Whatever. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. At all. Like, totally, and I'm definitely not worried. Not even the littlest bit. Not even a smidgen of the tiniest bit. Not even for 1,000%. That's how much I don't care. Hey, I'm not even done telling you how much I don't care. From this moment on, I'm ignoring you. Oh no, you don't. Then act normal. I look at the mound of pills and it makes me feel dizzy. I don't want to think about it. I don't. What's wrong? I've almost skipped my dose for today. How reckless. I could have died. Hey, calm down. You've already fixed this. You'll ultimately die anyway, so why worry? Oh, you're right. I heave a deep sigh. Come, come, come closer and extend my hand. Wow, it's warm. The moment these words leave my lips, one of the bottles overturn. Hills rain down from it, and along with them, a firefly. Hooray! After circling over my head a couple of times, it finally lands in my palm. The firefly reaches up to my arm, and upon reaching my shoulder, crawls straight into my ear. My mind becomes clearer. Your usual notebook page is glued to the wall with duct tape. Numbers are drawn on them. It's the only kind of information I can take in without trouble. Dosage and side effects? Yeah. I thought you knew them by heart. Yeah. This is not your handwriting, isn't it? Of course it's not. Shaky, broken lines, ugly numbers. It's not writing. It's more like claw marks. Don't forget to thank your mom. I don't need your advice. My screen makes the pages rustle restlessly. After a moment, a firefly appears from underneath one of them. After looking around in a businessman-like manner, it takes off into a business-like flight and ends up into entering my business-like ear. Hey, let's continue searching. Right, insects enjoy polluting the flowers and stuff like that. Or pollinating the flowers and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I guess. I get closer to the flower shelf. I sniff around. The leaves smell of dust and cardboard and death. You know those plants are long dead, right? And I'm not sure a dead plant will be able to attract any insects. Well, we kind of don't have a choice here, you know? Still, you're right. Let's continue searching. Why don't you just throw them out? Weren't you listening to me at all? I doubt it. All the compartments are locked. What if? I don't even want to think about what's inside. Who knows what I'll end up imagining? Hey, what's so funny about that? I imagine myself being a firefly that is looking straight at a giant fan. And I'd be so jealous. The only thing preventing it from flying is a cage that's it's locked in, and the cable. It's like an inmate, if you think about it. It's so sad. Yeah. Let's continue searching. Make sure I got everything. It's not easy to get out of here. Are you serious? What's wrong? Just think about it. Why would fireflies be attracted to light? I think they're quite self-sufficient already in that regard. Well, only if they purposely want to lower their self-esteem. Hmm, I like that joke. That's a good joke. And what are those? Ah, those. Those are the photos of my best memories. But they're blank. I stared at them so intensely that I burned them with my eyes. Now they're just covering the cracks in the walls. Cracks? Forget it. Are we continuing to search or what? Okay, we are. I think that should be everything here. Umbrella. The umbrella emanates a faint sense of coolness. Wonder is the only thing that defends me against the thunderclouds that gather under my ceiling. It's such a blessing I can do it without my help. Still, a firefly will add in a place like that. It will catch a cold and be unable to fly. You don't want to check it? Why? I'm sure we won't find anything there. I think that's oh, trash can, yep. I get close to the waistband and look inside it with curiosity. Pill packaging, notebook pages, and utter garbage. Boring. There's nothing here. Indeed, no self-respecting firefly would hide in a heap of garbage. Can't disagree with you there. And to my knowledge, that's everything? Oh, yeah, toothbrush there. Yeah, I like this song. I turn my eyes toward an inconspicuous shelf near the mirror. There's a glass of a toothbrush sitting in on it, and a small towel hanging nearby. What a wonderful sight. My fireflies are smart and good. They would never get in there. They know about personal hygiene. Okay, let's look somewhere else. I believe that's everywhere, to my knowledge. I believe we got every possible search location for the fire. Oh, sleeping bag. Forgot it's a location. This is my sleeping bag. It's soft and warm. I'm sure that no living creature would be able to resist the temptation to spend a minute or two inside. They'd want to dig deep in it with a couple of favorite items, close their eyes, then. Hey, did you fall asleep? I gently slapped my cheeks to refrain myself to restrain my set to sense myself to return my to my senses. Fuck. I generally slap my cheeks to return myself to the senses. It's already way past midnight. Usually I'd be sleeping like a log at this time, but right now I can't. Let's continue searching. Hey, maybe you'll find something inside. Nah, my thoughts don't have a feature of putting to sleep. Quite the contrary, they always cause insomnia, just like tonight. What? I said, searching here is meaningless. And to my knowledge, that should be every firefly. To my knowledge, at least, unless I'm missing something. To my knowledge, I'm not missing anything. So yeah, let's finish searching. You found all the fireflies. Amazing. I guess. I managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't surprised to be happy anyway. Oh, on the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? If I lose something and then find it, it's just going back to the starting point. No changes at all. A zero sum. And happiness is always about being positive, right? You shouldn't think too much about you shouldn't think too much. It hurts you. I want to sleep. What about you get some fresh air before sleeping? What do you mean? Well, go to the balcony, breathe in some air. Somehow, those words triggered a panic attack in me. I subconsciously step away from the balcony. I don't think it's a good idea. Why? This may sound silly, but I feel like someone is watching me. There's no way somebody cares about you that much. Just for a couple of minutes, okay? Here's my phone wallpaper. Holy shit, and my school profile picture. My apartment building looks like a bottomless cooking pot, but instead of soot, it has hundreds of concrete and metal boxes on its walls. There are lights on the windows. There are muffled voices coming from the inside. The howling wind spirals up and splits into hundreds of independent streams. Seems like it wants to be heard by every person living there. It must feel so lonely, living in endless silence. Your apartment building is pretty weird, isn't it? I could see the horizons from my window before, and the building grew for miles in both directions. I guess at some point it circled around and closed on itself. Nothing unusual about that. How do you feel? I definitely feel. Sometimes it's more than enough. Still, you're anxious, aren't you? Of course, moreover, I'm completely terrified. Was it that obvious? You're looking in every direction, but not up. This. I've already told you, haven't I? About what? You know, small stuff. Can small stuff make you terrified? It's hard to explain. I climb up the metal railing and let my legs hang down. I sneak short glances at the abyss from time to time. It replies with angry, cold breath. That's how we interact, like old friends. Sometimes I feel like the whole world pretends to be crazy, as if it's trying to make me believe in something that doesn't exist. That's weird, isn't it? Yes, but at the same time, makes me feel a little bit happy. Everything around me was created for my sake, to deceive, trick, confuse me. If that's true, I guess I'm not so crazy myself, after all. You believing in this is the definition of craziness. You're probably right. Another gust of wind blasts against the pot's walls, smashing the glass to dust and blowing away the concrete crust. I, on the other hand, feel a gentle breeze that only ruffles my hair. I still haven't come up with a code word. You were the one to remember your promise. Sneak peek for the Valentine's Day stream right there, folks. Remember your promise. You don't need a code word anymore. I don't like I don't like when this happens. I want to remember certain things only when I want to. Nonetheless, you made that promise, and I'll keep it. But you need to keep that. You need to keep in mind that from this moment on, every word will bring me pain. I bend down and imagine falling into the abyss. I have exactly 2 minutes before I meet my end. I had a friend online, my best friend, even though the combinations of letters he used instead of his name wasn't that cool. Well, the combination of pixels he had instead of his photo was boring and unattractive. This is so strange and wrong, breaking the rules of being online. Why was he doing that? Maybe his code was a few lines short? I don't quite get what you mean. I could tell you about those rules. You can't find them anywhere, but I'm smart, so I figured them out myself. Although, I'm not sure if I should divulge them. Why? When I try to say what I think out loud, I tend to make mistakes. If I make just a single one, everything that comes after contradicts my thoughts, and I end up with the opposite position. And I don't want that. According to that logic, it'd be better for you to keep your mouth shut forever. Yeah, that's my dream. Keep my mouth shut. Never get up from bed. Never see or hear anything. Just dream on and on. Oh, why is everything so terrible? Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. So, what was that about your best friend? My friend? Ah, yes. He was brazen enough to. Come on, gather your thoughts. He somehow made me believe that he was real. He kept describing someone else's life to me in detail, as if it was him, and he expected me to do the same. And then I told him everything about myself, without hiding a single thing. I grit my teeth, the wind whipped my face without mercy. It slices my skin into uneven stripes, as if it's a thin piece of as if it's a piece of thin cloth. He knows more about me than anyone else in the world. You know what he did? Yes. Sending an army of bots to harass me was probably fun. What's most important, it was a win-win situation. They spawn here and there, simple bits of code that are effortless to run. No wonder the algorithm assigns that pattern more often than the others from the list. Text and video generators get to work at the same time. My name surfaces on the web more and more. It's unbearable. Unbearable. From around every corner, every balcony, ceiling, attic, wall, I always feel many pairs of watchful eyes directed at me. And now they watch me from the screens, too. But I'll put an end to it. I've decided a long time ago. Though, maybe I only decided that only. My body finally crashes into the ground, smashing into a million of tiny pieces, like porcelain. I'm cold. Let's go back inside. I returned to my room. Thankfully, it hasn't changed one bit during the minutes I was outside. Without a second thought, I go towards my laptop and yank the power cord from the outlet. That's it. That's it. That's it. What are you going to do? That's such a silly question. I'm going to sleep, of course, hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. Imagining myself to be outside of my own mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous, like milk outside a bag of milk. And yet, and yet, you don't have to talk out loud for me to understand that you're worried about me. I know that already. I also know that our time is running short. You won't take another pill. Of course not. In fact, I won't take it tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow, and never ever. That's goodbye then. No. I have one more small favor to ask. A really, really small one. What is it? I blurted out way too much today. A lot of stuff I'd want to forget forever. I blurted out way too much today. A lot of stuff I'd want to forget forever as well. I don't blame you, but was it really necessary? You'll see tomorrow. No, I wouldn't be able to sleep like this. Fine, what's the favor? I nervously scratch my wrist and bite on my lower lip. Wait a minute, you're afraid to tell me? Yes. I'm also scared that something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something worse will happen. Stop. I get it already. Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No, you. Crawl into my sleeping bag. The lower part of the room is very cold. I hurry to wrap myself in blankets, even though the electric heater is working hard to keep me warm. I'm sad because the dream just won't come anymore. You won't believe me if I tell you how I dealt with it at first. Of course I'll believe you. I know it was a joke. Well, anyway, I wash my face, brush my teeth, lie down, and started imagining that I'm watching a dream. I didn't sleep at all, of course, and always looked sleepy in the morning. After a week of insomnia, I started feeling weird and seeing things. Lighters floating in the air, strange silhouettes that appeared in the most unexpected of places, bulging eyes of trembling pale pupils. It was scary, you know. Then one day, I almost died. I just collapsed in the middle of the room and couldn't move for a while, and then silhouettes, letters, and eyes were hanging over me and hissing. It was horrible, and well deserved, I guess. It felt like I was caught in the biggest lie in the world. Yes, it felt exactly like that. After all, after that, I stopped. But the silhouettes, letters, and eyes stayed here. I guess they like this place. They always follow in my wake, peeping at me, and I'm kinda scared of them. I can't even argue with them. But today, well, I still too scared to tell me. Of course, they're still listening, you know. Use your hands. Alright. I start chaotically twirling my fingers of enthusiasm, forming complex shapes. You want me to tell you a bedtime story? Shh! Now it's trying so hard here. Don't you get it? They'll hear you. Relax. Nobody can hear you. So what do you say? I'd be happy to, but I have no idea how to tell them. Oh, it's incredibly easy. Just talk about something without stopping. Sounds silly, but it's not. And meaningless. You don't know what you're talking about. I know enough to realize that we'll just end up wasting time. Let's focus on something actually important. Boring. Fine. Close your eyes. We got the ending. Hello. Thanks for choosing our pizzeria. You know, this place is so empty, though I don't feel particularly good or bad because of it. I'm all alone, but at the same time, It feels like I'm not. There's a lot of thoughts in my head. They always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. I'm sure it'll be able to fill the void around me if I try hard enough. Although, no matter how much I think, my surroundings don't change. Yes, things happened in my head, but they never left its premises. And it's not like I tried to suppress them. Maybe they were afraid to come out. What kind of pizza would you like to order? Anyway, there's so much space in my head that that could be put to good use. So every thought would make senseless and merciless circle in my head, destined to go back to where it started. But there should be an end somewhere. You can't wander around forever. What do you think? I know it sounds scary, but it's not scarier than constantly existing among the void. This place is safe, and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. Please note, please note that we have a special offer right now. Two pizzas for the price of three pizzas for the price of two. Yeah, there's probably nothing good in having the same thoughts over and over again. What's the point of having them anyway? I could have escaped from here, but I feel like my thoughts aren't helping me at all. They should feel ashamed. They should be ashamed, probably. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. I would have had it easier with one. I tried to find it. It turned out to be a waste of time. No matter where I look, it's not looking good. No pun not intended. And that strips me of the last hope I have for salvation. We also have a discount program for our new customers. You can learn more about it on your account page. Don't you think that me being here is also a waste of time? What's the point in that? I could just keep on thinking. And even then, my thoughts are as meaningless and empty as everything else. Does it mean that I'm not filling the void, but am a part of it? Then why should I feel anything? Why should I know that I exist? Although, I'm not even sure about that. This place is always neither warm or cold. It's neutral. But at the same time, if I think about warmth, I feel warm. Maybe this world corresponds to my thoughts. I wouldn't want to admit that I'm completely empty. I'm not the reason everything had disappeared, right? Can't I just adapt and get used to having nothing around me since I can't do anything about it? Are you ready to make your order? Yes, that's right. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm all alone, but at the same time, it feels like I'm not. There are a lot of thoughts in my head. They always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. This place is safe, and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. Me being here is a waste of time. I don't fill the void. I'm a part of it. This should be the last hope I have for salvation. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. What's the point in having one? I feel like nobody is helping me. They should feel ashamed. I wouldn't want to admit it, but I'm all alone here. I can't do anything about it. Please note that we have a special offer right now. Four pizzas for the price of two. I don't care that this place is empty. You hear? I feel neither good nor bad. I'm all alone. My head is full of thoughts. They eclipse the world around me. This space is pretty damn cramped, but at least it's safe. Even though I'll never feel good here. Does that mean existing is a waste of time? I need to decide. My thoughts will help me. They'll lead me to the exit, and I'll be able to feel proud of myself. I'll be able to save myself. At the same time, I don't really care anymore. This place is empty, but it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm alone, but my head is full of thoughts. A whole world, one might say. If I try hard enough, I'll be able to fill the void, all the void around me. Still, no matter how much I keep thinking, my surroundings don't change. Yes, something happened outside of my head, but what was it? There's not enough space for my thoughts. It's already filled with something else. Even if there's nothing around me, I'm still here. And my head is full of thoughts. If I try hard enough, still the world isn't empty after all. I can't see anything. Session timeout. Please reload the page. I've decided not to talk after this. I don't really want to. I think I'll just let the game finish and end the video there. I think I've really said all that I can. But I guess as some kind of final closing thoughts on this game, it's really good. I think rereading it out loud kind of it made me remember why I like it so much. It made me remember that the reason why I like this game is for multiple reasons. Some good, some bad. Not like quality wise, but more life experience wise. Can't really be mad at the game for that though. It's not its fault that my life is kind of not good, despite everything. I wish the game could help with that. I wish something could help with that, but as of now, I kind of need to just. I need to just realize that nothing's gonna change, no matter how hard I try, and I just need to accept that and just get used to the status quo, or not. Whatever happens first. Whatever happens happens, and I just need to realize that nothing I can do can change anything. My life is going to stay just the way it is, for better or for worse. No matter how much I try to change it, we'll always go back to zero. A zero sum. No positivity. Like the game. Just like the game. In a way. Well, I guess be happier. I guess to end on a happier note, I am thinking about streaming Signalis for Valentine's Day. probably beating the whole game in one sitting. Because why not? No harm in not beating the whole game in one sitting. It's not that long of a game, especially after knowing most of the puzzles. But wish me luck there. I'm probably gonna read the entire game again. This time, maybe live, maybe I'll record it, depending on how long, but this video is already getting long as it is, so I guess I'm not sure. But it was nice reading this game again. Bye.